We got a teaser for the Life and Death expansion pack and that promised e-patch. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news videos. So we got a tweet from TheSimsDirect which said that they'd released a patch that addresses player reports regarding the Reaper's Reward event and missing items from the Happy at Home event, and it links to the patch notes, which I will go over. But also we got this tweet and other social media where it was shared, where it said a reveal trailer to be continued on October 3rd at 8 a.m. Pacific, and that links to YouTube and it's set up as a premiere. So if you go there, you can see what time that's going to be for you. Of course, we already knew that it was going to be October 3rd, but now we have the timing. So let's actually start with the update. So here are the update notes where it says Reaper's Reward event fixes and an update on Happy at Home event rewards, and it gives you the numbers for PC, Mac, and console. And essentially it says today's update is intended to address some issues players encountered when participating in the Reaper's Reward event, as well as a special update regarding reward items from the Happy at Home event that ran earlier this year. So it then went on to say that they had changed how events rewards are stored with the September 18th update. So after this change, they learned that some simmers are missing rewards they earned through the Happy at Home event that they had ran earlier this year. So to make sure everyone gets the rewards they earned, they're granting players across all platforms the Happy at Home event rewards with today's update. So all of the Happy at Home event rewards will be added to the game permanently with this update, i.e. the October 1st update, for all players with no action needed from you. So if you need help finding them in your game, essentially it's still found using the reward method, special, and then rewards. So it tells you the build buy mode items, all of those, as well as create a sim items. So those are all the things that were from the Happy at Home event. So they then go on to say that they don't expect this issue to impact the Reaper Rewards event, as those rewards will be linked to your EA account rather than stored only on your device. We don't plan on adding these rewards to base game at a later date. The addition of the Happy at Home event rewards with today's update are a one-time make good to thank you for the patience as we continue to work on and improve events in The Sims 4. So I was kind of hoping that the events could be sort of an early access type thing, and then later down they would get added for other players, but they're saying here that that's not going to happen. Of course, I expect if they maybe got enough feedback that people weren't happy with that, then maybe they might change their mind, but I don't know that they're going to get that feedback. So it really depends on that. And of course, they may not. I'm just saying sometimes they do listen to players, so if they got enough, they might. But at the moment, that's how it works. So for the Reaper's Reward event / base game, so they resolved an issue where Reaper Reward quest would disappear from the UI. And that was essentially the issue. If you paused at the wrong time, that it would disappear. That should be fixed. They also said that they addressed situations where players on console could lose event progress when completing quests while offline. They also addressed an issue where the event points progression bar would fail to update when completing quests offline. And they resolved an issue where the main menu quest notification was missing elements when displayed in certain languages. And packs purchased while in-game will no longer appear twice in the store tab when using custom filters. And various improvements to the Reaper's Reward event UI. Happy simming. So that didn't actually fix all of the issues. One of the main issues, like in addition to the UI issue that they fixed, which was a really good one to fix, is there are some issues with the planting flowers not checking off. Someone was saying they weren't even getting their planting trees for week 2 of the event to check off. But the title is still from the first report, which was from last week, which was from the planting flowers. And you can see it's got a very high Me Too count. We do have this from Luth, which she continues to update with things as we know more. So mod-related causes were Twisted Mexi better build by. So either you need to update the mod or there is some information about how to remove it properly. Essentially, you need to, I think, repair your game, but there were some other things. Waffle gardening project, again, remove it during the quest or downloaded the updated version because there is an updated version. So there's another one or there's 2 more there that you need to essentially remove them during the quest because they break it. But then they go on to say, if you currently have a non-updated Better Build By installed and mods enabled, disable Organized Debug. If you've removed Better Build By without first disabling Organized Debug, run a game repair. That's where you can do a game repair without help. Or you could put it back in, disable that and take it back out, but probably easier just to do a game repair. But it depends on your circumstances. And then as of September 30th, you can just update Better Build By to a version that doesn't break the feature. So there's your other thing. So then they say if that doesn't help, that there's more information. So if you've never had Better Build By and you have the problem on a vanilla test or console, you should probably report here and put your details in there. And because they're saying that, please post info about if you have seasons, where and in what you're planting, and similar information. So maybe it depends on if you're planting in a planter. Yeah, it also just could be random. I planted in the ground, and I had shelter for the things that were not in the season. And for me, I got lucky and it all worked. But I have never used Better Build By or the mods that caused that problem, which might have been why. But you should go head over if you are having the problem and comment with your experience. Now, the other one is not really a big one, but I did see a solution for how to turn off the Reaper's Reward quest. So in this person's case where they did the report, they just said that they didn't want it showing in other saves. How do you turn it off? But there are also people who just don't want to do it. I'd seen previously that if you disable the online social features, i.e. in options, game options, other, that you wouldn't see it. But I tested that and it wasn't working. But so here's how you get it to work. So you open the game and you disable it, as shown there. Then you quit the game and you remove the account data DB package from the user folder. And then you open the game up, and then Puzzle Addict is saying you load a save that has never seen the event. I think someone maybe even said that they worked for even saves that had seen the event. But so you just have to test it out and see what works for you. And if you don't want to delete it, they're just saying remove it, right? So they're saying move it out somewhere else and try that. So if you don't want to see the UI, you could try this suggestion here. Now, here's Luth's post about mods in the Grim Reaper event, which I've already shown previously, but she is updating it continuously. So this is as of October 1st, but I would suggest heading over and keeping an eye on it because it has a lot of information about, what mods cause problems, what ones have been fixed, so that here that you can get the updated version or, temporarily remove the mods that have problems as noted here. I am not going to cover it in detail, but the one thing was about the pausing. That is the issue that has been fixed. So there were issues caused by pausing at the wrong time, and that's what the October 1st update fixed. So there was this tweet by Krinrick, which was about the new patch when it came out, and she said your mods will not be disabled because it was so small. So that should mean that mods shouldn't be impacted. And I did see MCCC got cleared, and I saw that Miss Sam cleared all of her mods. I'm not saying sometimes with things like that, they don't come out and clear them, a lot of the modders, but I did see that this particular mod by the Pancake and Mizuyuki color sliders, it got an update because it needed to be updated for the patch, and it did interfere with the quest. So it is possible, if you're having problems, that other mods could have been impacted even though the mods were not disabled. And I still made a backup of all my saves. All my saves I had used since last week's update, just in case there were problems. So I would recommend that if you have any saves that you care about, that you have made a backup of them before and after any update. And I also repaired my game. I usually do that, and I deleted my local thumb cache. Those are the normal things that I generally do with an update, and I tend to recommend doing it. Now, if you're still having problems, I would really suggest you head over to Krinrick's blog post and do this suggestion, which I've gone into detail when I went over my really detailed issues. I covered it. So I went over that in more detail in that video. So if you want to see that, go head over to that video. But if you just want to read it, go head over to Krinrick's blog post. So now, the reveal trailer to be continued on October 3rd, 8 a.m. Pacific. We have that Embrace What's Next October 3rd. Of course, we already knew the October 3rd, but as I said, we didn't know the details, and we get a little glimpse, I assume, of things in there. People are thinking that you're going to be the Grim Reaper. I've also seen other people say you're going to be the Grim Reaper's assistant. I don't know. I'm curious what you think. But if you want to know when that is for you, as I had sort of said earlier, you can head over to the YouTube Premiere where it's already set up, and it will, you can see the time in your time zone, and you can even turn on notifications so that it'll notify you when it is going live, and that might be a couple of minutes before. And then you can see here that's the current description, that it's, you know, essentially the Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack official reveal trailer. And it just has a bow. It doesn't really say very much, and then it says the time, and of course that will get updated when the trailer goes live. I expect there'll be a blog post and all that fun stuff that usually happens. So the other thing was that some of the creators were sent packages with 3 tarot cards, and this to be continued October 3rd, 2024, and I saw some group at retweeting these, so you can see the artwork there, Strength, Judgment, Death, and then here's someone else's a little bit closer up so you can see it, but you know, not just a different format. But with this one you get the actual, that to be continued. When it flips over, there's like a little letter, and there's a letter a little closer. My dearest family, I share this note and 3 tarot cards from my most treasured collection. These cards are carefully chosen, each one symbolizing a unique meaning that in time I hope will become clear. My wish for you is simple. Live a fulfilling life and keep our legacy alive. What many may deem as the end, I have now welcomed as a new beginning, a chance to write the chapters that I was unable to complete in this lifetime. When you feel the stirrings of change, let them guide you toward new horizons and deeper understandings. In those moments, I know you will be ready to embrace what's next. With all my love, Will Dragost. Anyways, so that's the letter that came with that, and I thought that was kind of interesting, so I thought I would share it. So let me know, have you been able to complete week 2 of the Reaper's Reward quest? Have you had any problems? You know, definitely, I'd be curious if you did, but also make sure you head over to EA Answer headquarters to let them know over there if you did. But either way, I'd love to know. And what did you think of the teaser for the trailer? Are you planning on watching it on Thursday? I'd love to know that also in a comment below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!